Episode 5.
We are live.
Today's episode is going to be one of my favourite because we legit have one of my most favourite people in today by the name of Brett Smith.
Hello.
Hello.
Is he only your favourite person today?
Yeah, tomorrow he's a
It'll be
prick.
someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah, he'll do meeting tomorrow.
True.
But today, he's an absolute legend. Brett Smith, mate.
Because he's on the It's Your Revival
He's
podcast.
on It's Your Revival. We've over the last few years we've become quite good friends as well.
Yeah.
Didn't know you before that, but we'll talk about that in the show, I think. And yeah, so bodybuilder, still bodybuilding as well, aren't you?
Yeah, he's trying.
PT, probably one of the best PTs that I know and met.
Probably.
Well, you
But
know,
is he better than you?
I have a rule. I don't give people 10s out of 10s.
Okay.
Because there's always someone
What's
better.
a 10?
But there isn't, doesn't exist in my book. Do you know what I mean?
I think I'm a 10.
You can't get any better.
I think I'm a 10.
This is why he's on the show, guys. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, in my book, is the best I've met. Clothing company, you got a clothing company as well,
Yeah,
mate?
we've got, yeah.
Am I missing anything?
No, well, not really.
Killed a few people in time, you know.
Let's not go down that route.
Mate, yeah, welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you.
Love it.
Nice,
Thank
good
you
to
very
be
much
here.
for joining us.
That's all right. It's brilliant.
Yeah, man. We're going to go through...
Yeah, so we've got some sort of questions for you, find out a bit
Yeah.
more about you and what you do. We've got our muscle mailing, so we'll be asking. We've had some questions in from a couple of people knowing that you're going to be talking today, so we've got some
Okay.
questions for you.
Really, we
got
wanted
some
to get you on as well
quick
because
fire at the
your examples and history is a lot different to like
Yeah.
most people's fitness journeys because you're in that bodybuilding world. So I think your approach to stuff is going to be quite interesting. So
Yeah, definitely for me, because obviously I've seen you in the gym for however long I've been coming in there, but I don't really know that much about what you do. So
Sally's scared. Are you
I'm going to
definitely-
be, I'm going to learn a
Definitely
lot
scared.
today, I think.
Yeah.
you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. Oh yeah.
Let's start off with, so the It's Your Revival podcast, we want to know what everyone's revival is. Like, what's your reason for training?
The first thing when I first started training was because I was tiny.
Okay.
I was probably 7.5 stone wringing wet when I
I
left.
told you it would change. It's
Well,
different now.
yeah.
Your revival's different now.
Yeah,
right,
when I
than it
left
was before.
school, I was like, couldn't get into any pubs, doing this. I was looked about 15 when I was about 20. So, and I was small, coming from a background of football and being like fast and stuff. My friend just took me down the gym, and when I was 15, and never looked back.
So what's your kind of thing now? What would you class as your revival now? What
Uh,
are you doing it for, mate? What are you doing it for?
As you get older, I think it's more functional.
Yeah, man.
Although you still want to look good, obviously age catches up with you. So
How old are
obviously
you now, mate? If you don't mind me asking.
I'll be 52 this year.
No way.
So training,
You're not the oldest on the show.
yeah, training 37 years. Not really having a lot of breaks unless it was through injury or stuff. But really, it's more about functional, and a lot of people don't train functional. They just want to look good. As you get older, it's a totally different outlook. Walking up the stairs, getting out of the bath, you ache all the time. There isn't a day in in the week where I don't get up feeling like I've been fucking run over. So for me, it's a bit more functional. Although I'd love to still bodybuild again, but whether the injuries will keep me going is a different matter. So you have to take it day by day.
I want to wake up Thursday next week like I've been run over, Brett. Just put that into context. I've booked Brett to train my
Wednesday.
legs every Wednesday for the next so many weeks. Probably will carry on.
I'd
to be
quite
honest.
like to come and watch, actually.
Well,
A few people have said that actually.
Yeah, man. I think I might cry.
I think because I think he's a cunt.
Yeah, oh, mate, we've gone through this. Episode 1 and 2 is about that, isn't it? 100%, yeah, 100%. But I think the last time I trained with you, I was fucking on the phone all the time, so I missed out.
Well, yeah, I think it was. We did a
was
bit of leg
elite, wasn't it?
session. It was elite in Redditch, and I think you did about 2 exercises, and then you fucked off for the rest of the half an hour on
Yeah.
your phone.
Was that COVID again? Was that COVID?
No.
Was we coming back from COVID?
I think it might have been just after.
Just after.
So when did you two meet?
Shit, you just rocked up, I think, once and just started training people, and I thought...
Nah, I
ain't-
didn't.
ain't-
I
ain't
did come and
confronted
ask you, to be fair.
I think you did after about a few weeks.
Yeah, because I trained there myself for a little bit,
Yes.
didn't I? And then I said, what was the score with obviously training people there and stuff like that?
I knew you before you came.
Right, okay.
I'd heard about you. I'd either seen you down thingy bob in Birmingham. What's it called? Where you go all the time?
Ironworks.
Ironworks. I'd either seen you there randomly once, but I'd seen you on socials a bit as well. So when you came, I already knew who you were, kind of.
Yeah.
But we didn't really speak too much, I don't think.
No, not really.
And I remember I come out of the men's toilets, and you went, "You don't mind me training people here, do you?" And I went, "No, mate, crack on." That was it. And then we
That was
went,
our introduction.
That was it, yeah. And it was
can't really-
I think that was just before COVID, I think.
Yeah.
So it would probably been about 2019, maybe.
Yeah. When was COVID? 20.
Yeah, kicked off in 20.
Yeah, it was about a year before.
I think it was when
It was, yeah.
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 So that's when we met. But like I say, yeah, I'd known about you before. Did you know who I was?
No, not really.
Yeah. You will now.
Some people would go, yeah, he's a bit of a prick.
Yeah. You're going to that prick's gym, are you? Yeah, that's where I'm going.
But and obviously we've gone from there. So we're really good pals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
COVID got us closer, didn't it?
yeah.
That's a good story. We're going to go into that story today. We're going to go into
We
COVID.
are. Yeah, we will.
That's a
It's
good
funny,
story,
what's
man.
funny.
I like that shit. That's good.
But shall we start off with, tell us a bit more about like bodybuilding.
First time I competed, I was 17.
So that must have been quite soon after you started
I
training.
started
then?
training when I was 15. Went to the school gym, and then I went to a gym called Flex in Halesowen, above the bus station. It's now Asda.
Old school, man.
Old school, real old school gym with a lot of really good top sort of British bodybuilders there. And
Is that where everyone used to train, really, back in the
yeah,
day?
and Popeyes really down on the
Popeyes,
Bridie
yeah.
Road, Bridie Hill,
Yeah,
on
no
the
way.
Delph.
Yeah.
There were some real good top lads there who won the British and the Universe. So I was really quite lucky to be around them. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was tough because I used to train with them. They took me under the wing because I was so small. They were like, "Oh, come and train with us, Beefy," and they used to call me Beefy. I was like this, mate. So I used to go and train with them. But originally, I actually went down to the gym when nobody was there because I was embarrassed because I was too small. So I'd sneak in with the cleaners. The cleaners would let me in. I'd train. By the time they opened, I'd gone. And I did that for about a year.
And that was at Flex?
That was at Flex.
Wow.
And I did it for a year, and then I got brave and I went down on the night, sort of last thing, so nobody else was there. I just used to go in, train my legs, and go. And that would be it. And I did that for about a year, 1 or 2 years of people not having to like see me.
Do you think that's what got you into bodybuilding, just being around those type of people? Or did you always have an interest in it anyway? Did you follow it before that?
No, I was a footballer, so
Oh, wow. It's a big change, isn't it?
massive. But over the time I started training, everyone's going, "Oh, you should compete. You look all right. You're doing this. You're doing that." And with the guidance I got back then, which obviously you didn't have to pay for, it was all voluntary. I'll do this. I'll do that. Come and train with us. Come and do this. There weren't no personal trainers, so it was like you got all the help that you wanted anyway, because all these other lads and girls were interested in bodybuilding as a sport. There's probably 3 gyms back then. Now there's like 33.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Wow.
So there's like, it's gone massive. But we were a bit weird if you went to the gym back then. He was like a fucking weirdo. Came with his
Well, I was
fucking
saying, like, when I
baggies
was-
on and shit.
I think I said to you yesterday, when I was like 16, say, and there was that one on Nimmings Road. What's that called?
Yeah, Pro Fitness.
Pro Fitness. That's still there.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just weren't a thing my age at that point, man. So the fact that you got in quite young is quite good, man. Because back when I was 16, 17, that was just nobody I knew did that.
I think if I was looking back at my age, if I didn't go in with the cleaners and everyone was in there at that time, I wouldn't have gone in.
Well, it's right, innit? Because when I went into that one in Nimmings Road, I was like, everyone seemed fucking old and like.
Yeah.
So I literally
They
walked
know
in,
what they're
this
doing.
woman like looked over the balcony and she went, "Yeah," and I could have just gone, "I'm coming to train." Do you know what I mean? But I just went, "Yeah." I just walked out. I thought, I can't do this.
But it wasn't a
It's
thing.
intimidating
It
as
wasn't a
fuck.
thing, was it? Back
Nah.
then, it was like
Nobody did
everyone thought you were weird who trained.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like everyone thinks you're weird if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know
Like
what I
having
mean?
a protein powder back then was like
Yeah.
the weirdest thing in the world.
Well,
You
there weren't
you could have
none.
walked around with cocaine and less people would have looked
Oh
at you.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
It's
used to
just-
think that like amino acids with steroids.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't take that. It's full of steroids. It's got amino acids on the back.
To be fair, they probably did have steroids.
And it was a protein
It's all
called
bad,
90
mate.
plus, and it was like custard, mate. Bit of eggs, more eggs in there, bit of orange juice. Just drink
I think
it.
the supplements back then were quite hardcore. Weren't
There were
Like, what
nothing.
was,
There weren't none.
Well, what was that thing? What was that orange drink that everyone
Ultimate
used to
Orange.
drink? Oh, and that had what's it called in, didn't it?
Mate, ephedrine.
Ephedrine.
Yeah.
Everyone's just buzzing off their
Yeah.
tits, man.
Yeah.
All the rugby boys used to take it, ephedrine, man. It was like, it got banned in the end,
A
didn't it?
lot of people would go and take it before they went out on a night.
Yeah, man, 'cause you're just buzzing.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Had
Yeah,
pure
man.
ephedrine in it.
And then what was in, remember Jacked? That
Jacked
pre-workout?
3D?
And what did that have in it now?
I'm not sure because I didn't take it.
It's fucking
I had
dodgy.
Ultimate Orange once, and Bob that I works give it me, Darren's dad, and he used to go here. He used to go in. Have this, son. You'll be all right.
Ultimate
Mate,
Orange, man.
off my fucking head.
It's mad, isn't it?
For about 10 hours. I trained 3 times.
Wow.
The thing is, it finished you off, couldn't it, man? It's
Yeah.
like, it was deadly,
It was
mate.
really
Yeah,
strong.
Deadly. Yeah, no.
So yeah, 17. I did my first show, which was the Midlands Championships. Did a little bit of a diet. Looked decent, in all fairness.
And what do you do when you go to a show then? Like, what do you have to do on stage?
Well, you have mandatory poses.
Okay.
So front, sides, different categories have different poses. But back then, there wasn't all these categories. It was just bodybuilding, figure. There weren't no fitness, there weren't no physique, there weren't no bikini.
So back then, you just walk on stage and people would just go, yeah, cool, he looks good.
Yeah, well,
Decent.
basically, if there was 2 or 3, 4 in the lineups, you do mandatory poses. Still all the same, quarter turn to the left, right, all the way round. Then you do your mandatory poses. And then you come out and do a routine, which lasts about 1 minute, which is probably about the same now.
Yeah.
Off you go. You judge together. Judges will put it down, come back on, bit of a pose down at the end. You're knocking each other off the stage and shit. And that's it. That'll be it. Done.
Wow.
But you're obviously hooked.
Yeah, from then, I liked being on stage.
You got to be addicted to it, right?
You
gotta
either
be an
love it or
addiction,
hate it.
right? Yeah.
And everyone that does their first show, I say to them, you will either love it or you'll fucking hate it.
Because it's not just
The
the show,
process
right?
is horrible.
That's the more fun bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
That's
process
because
is,
you've done all the work.
Yeah.
It's done.
And you're on stage, lights, everyone's watching
Yeah.
you, so that's quite like, whoa, do you know what I mean?
And once you finish that show, after,
Yeah.
it's like a bit of a come down because you're like, well,
What the fuck do I do now, yeah?
what do I focus on now?
Yeah, man.
Unless it's
How
a
long is the
qualifier.
prep? Like, if you're working towards a show, how long do you spend getting ready for it?
Depends on who you are. I
It
guess, right?
depends on how far you're out of shape and stuff. And I normally take around, I normally give myself 14 weeks.
So, Brett, because obviously I'm jacked.
Yeah, you take about 22.
I could be ready in 3 days. Yeah? So, seriously though, if I came to you and said, right, I'd like to try and do a stage show, in top of your head, just looking at me in my current condition, how long would I need? Would you?
I'd
reckon,
give you
for-
around 16 to 20 weeks,
Oh, really? You could put me in, so I could be on stage in 20 weeks. Oh, wow.
Yeah. depending on what you look like when you come down.
Yeah. Wow.
But what would that process then involve in 20 weeks? Because I'm presuming that's going to be
Get rid
quite
of your body fat.
disciplined.
Basically. Structuring your routine, your diet from up here and slowly bringing it down as you go along. Or keeping it the same. If you're still losing and you're keeping it the same, you just keep it the same.
So it's kind of like a bit like trial and error sometimes. Really.
Can
You just
be.
see what you look like at the end of it, and,
Because
and then you make the decision
If
whether
it's
that
the
person's
first
ready.
time you've ever competed as a coach, you don't know
You
that
don't know, yeah.
person.
So you could say at the end of that 20 weeks,
You're not good
you ain't
enough.
ready, mate. You've got to wait another year.
Yeah, I'll
basically.
go straight back up again.
No way. Wow.
And then that will either do the reading or it will spur them on.
And would
Yeah,
you
of
have that if you started working with someone new? You'd have that conversation with them at the outset.
Yeah.
So when did you get into the training? Started like training other people.
Train other people, well, I was probably around 23, 24. I'd been at Fitness First in Birmingham for about 5, 6 years, gym manager, long time ago. And then
I'd love to see you as a gym manager. Fucking brilliant.
I was horrible.
I bet.
No, I was all right, to be fair. As long as I did the work, I was fine.
I'd love to see you now as a gym manager. That's what
So-
I'd love to see.
I worked at Fitness First doing classes, step aerobics, everything. I did all the classes. And then I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go turn over into a PT. This was like, for me, 30 years ago, nearly. Like, there weren't no PTs then, really. You just hop in the catch.
Now every fucker's a PT.
Well, that's,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh, mate.
Say no more.
Yeah, it's right, isn't it?
But you can go and do. That's why you can do a weekend course, can't you? And you say you're a PT. There's a
Can
different.
you really do a weekend course?
You can
There's
do.
quick time
Some of us
courses,
are.
They're
Yeah, there
shit
is.
though, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like when you said to me you want to be a PT, I was like, yeah, and then the course you're doing is the right one to do. It's a big time. You've got all your 2, 3, your 4. It's a lot of coursework. It's a lot of practical stuff. You can do now quick. That didn't exist when I was going to do it. Mine was only 10 years ago.
Look at you now. You don't have to be qualified.
Yeah, he's gone fucking
No.
YouTube, can't
Because
you?
like
That's right.
you could do one show, or you could all of a sudden I'll wake up in the morning and go, you know what, I'm going to set some Instagram up. I'm a coach.
That's right, yeah.
There's a difference between a coach and a PT.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Coach teaches you,
Yeah.
and you'll have that for the rest of your life with nutrition, with your training, with techniques, everything. I see these things up on Instagram and stuff, and I think, what the fuck are you doing?
That happens all the time now, doesn't it?
All
Someone
the
does a
time.
show, and they go, that's it now.
Yeah.
I know
Even
what
though
I'm
they're
doing.
coached by somebody else.
Yeah.
Which I get, because if they want to get into the industry, then fair enough, you have to start somewhere. We all start somewhere. But don't tell me you're a coach when you're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah. I know you've picked up people like clients that you have that have been coached by other people and they've been fucking shit and they claim to be these top coaches and all this shit.
I have
And
coaches
they're
come to
shit.
me from other feds and people that I know that go, Brett, will you help me with this, will you help with that? And I'll go, yeah, I'll help anyone. But there's a stigma between coaches at the moment, PTs, not helping each other because they all think they're the fucking best.
Yeah, it's right, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? I don't mind that. But for me, it's
Ego,
like, because it is, it's all ego.
Yeah,
if you can go and learn from somebody,
100%.
if I went with Dorian and I trained with him, if I learned something, even if it's one thing, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But these PTs wouldn't go, oh, I went down to see Brett the other day, he did this and he did that. I'd have more respect for you to say, you know what, I went and had some sessions with Brett, really learned something.
Yeah, man.
Positioning, this and that, technique. Instead of going, oh no, I've just fucking copied him.
Yeah. No, it's right, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I always, if I have a question, I'll come to you, and if you give me an answer, whether I thought that was the right answer, I'm doing what you've told me to do. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know I take that word as verbatim because you are who you are in the industry. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
asked you a
I've had a
question
lot of
today.
experience
100%.
through all sports, especially through bodybuilding and everything else. But I still learn.
Yeah.
If there's something I don't know, I'll go and find out.
Yeah, man.
Or I'll do it myself. A lot of these things that are tried and tested, I've done it all. High fats, low carbs, high carbs, this, that. I know it works for me. It might not work for you and it might not work for you. I know it works for me. As my clients, I have to, you can't be with them for at least 12 months to come up, come down. But the trouble is, they're too quick in changing their coaches because they've done shit. Not that the fact they were shit in the first place.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get them better.
Everyone's impatient, man.
Of course they are.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone wants results
Everybody wants a quick fix.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, man. And we were saying it the other day, weren't we? That's the stigma with PTs. Like, what's the myth? The myth, and it's that you can come to us for like 2 days and you'll be jacked after on day 3.
Look at your holiday season now.
Yeah.
You'll get people coming for you. Brett, I need to try and go on holiday in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking magician.
Yeah, probably.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm going on holiday tomorrow, mate. Can you do anything? No.
Any chance?
Yeah.
No fucking chance.
Yeah,
Go away.
Yeah, jog on. Yeah, it's right, innit? It's right, man. It's right.
So it's tough, and I get the industry's moved on for the good and the bad because I've seen so many changes. But for me, everything comes down to basics.
100%.
You can't reinvent the wheel. There's different things you can do. There's a lot of science going on. Listen, just fucking eat clean, train hard.
It's right, innit? Yeah, man. Fundamentals.
So you mentioned that you train for other sports as well. I know you do. Boxing is one of the things that you train for.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I got
tell us
into
about
the
that.
conditioning a long time ago, to be fair.
That's really picked up for you lately.
Yeah,
Boxing
I was
stuff, man.
training. I was training down in Emporium then, and I originally was training a lad called Vaughan Lee, which was one of the original UFC lads over at UTC years and years ago, and we did a little bit of training and stuff for his fights. Did a bit of his nutrition and stuff. And it just went from there, really. I had a couple of the boxers come over, Ryan Kelly. He went somewhere else. And his opponent phoned me 2 days later, actually, to train him because he was fighting Ryan Kelly. And he said, will you train me? I went, yeah. And his name is Adam Harper. And we trained, and the long run, Adam beat him in the end. Whether it was down to me or not, it was just one of them things that happened.
It's 100% down to you. But you can take it, mate, yeah, 100%. 100%.
And then I trained a couple of lads from UTC, obviously Rocky Edwards, Leon,
man, yeah.
Yeah, he was UFC world champion now. But
it's dangerous, man. He's fucking dangerous.
Nice
mate.
lad.
He's sick as fuck, isn't he?
But yeah, it's all been good. It's been a really good experience for me. And what he's gone on to, I won't go, oh yeah, look what I did and this and that. But do you know what? If they go on to better things, it's great. I'm not bothered if they leave me or do whatever, or if they go on to better things. If I give them something, it's all that matters.
I've seen you pick up loads on the boxing lately, though.
Yeah.
Fucking loads. When I first met him, all really COVID, when Tyler started coming down. So you did Tyler Denny, and now, what, 60, 70% of the guys you bring to the gym now? They're
But
all
Tyler came to me
guys,
after Adam Harper, which was probably about 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
When Tyler was still working as well. So, I mean, look where he is now. He's European champion. Been with him 7 years. And he's doing really, really well. And a lot of the other boxers that come in have probably come off from Tyler, Danny Ball, Conor Walker. A lot of the amateurs have come through. So, my training's adapted to them as well. I mean, I did a video with Adam Harper years ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago.
I think I've seen that video.
Yeah, and that was at Emporium.
Yeah.
We was doing that stuff years ago. But all of a sudden, it's all over social media, this and that. But I'm like, you know what? As long as they're doing all right, I'm fine with that.
You might correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you enjoy that one more than.
I was just wondering, like,
bodybuilding.
have you got a preference on the type of people?
It's
that you
hard,
train
isn't
for
it? Yeah, it is hard because I like different sports. Always have done. Obviously, came back from a background of football. Did my UEFA badges, so I can coach. Done a few pros, trained a few pros. But I'm always going to love bodybuilding because I think it's my 73rd show up until last year.
You did one this year?
Hopefully. Yeah. But because of all my ups I've had to sort of put it on a back burner and just get back to where I was. I mean, it's not even 12 months ago I was in HDU having my neck done. So
is that a year ago now?
It'd be 12 months in June.
That's flew by, man.
Yeah. So
that's insane.
The big hole in my neck and the cage in the back of it. Do you know what I mean? So
is that a training related thing?
I don't know. Do you know what? Over time, I mean, I worked out. I've had about 9 ops in the past 11 years. 2 on my back, 3 on my arm, bicep, hernia, neck. I've had it all done. I've never physically been in the gym and it's gone bang.
Yeah.
At all with anything, any of my injuries. Hernia might have been over a period of time. Yeah. My back just went walking the dog. I ripped my shoulder off and my bicep off 2 weeks before the British Championships with NABA a few years ago, just by moving the squat rack. Just the bar to there, as I've gone like that, my shoulders just come out of its socket and my biceps torn off.
Oh, no.
But that was 2 weeks before the British, but I still did it.
Just about to say 100% you still did it.
Still did it, yeah, still did it.
No way.
It was hanging on by a thread, and then obviously after that I had to go, because I qualified for the Universe.
So you still play?
And I really wanted to do it, but I had to go for surgery.
So hold on a minute, rewind. So you fucked up your shoulder and bicep and still qualified for...
Yeah.
Wow.
You're fucking G, man.
I mean, it's just mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah.
I think your mindset is massive. If you think you can't do it, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But like, I'll always give myself a goal as well, even though I've trained and done it for years. Like, the first day I came out of hospital, I go, right, that's the first day of my prep. This time next year, I'm going to be back to normal.
Yeah.
Looking sick. And I will. 100% I will.
So what's your current goal right now?
Stay injury free.
Yeah. When would the show be if you do it?
Are you what?
When's the show if you do it?
I'm looking at this sort of October time.
And that'll be for, is that Two Bros?
There's a few that I'd love to do. I'd love to do the Universe. I'd love to do the European Masters Olympia, which is in Milan, but you've got to qualify with Two Bros.
Is that Mike's going to there?
I think so, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes as I go along. I don't really plan. I just train day by day, week by week, and see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because I could get injured tomorrow, man.
So you're constantly judging yourself, then, aren't you? So you'll go, right, actually, you know what, I'm actually looking pretty decent here, so I'm going to go for it, job done.
Yeah.
Because it's reputation in it as well, I suppose.
Yeah,
You don't wanna throw
and
yourself in
also,
something.
don't forget, it's like you've been like a coach for so long. You've done all these shows. Mate, the pressure, everyone's
lot of
going,
pressure,
he's
going
to look fucking shit this
Yeah,
time.
man,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
They're waiting, honestly,
high-
they're waiting for you to fall.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They go, yeah, he's not that good this time, though, is he?
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
him.
Yeah.
But I know people are like that, so I just stay quiet. You won't see me post loads of pictures of myself on social media with my body out or whatever. I'll rock up on the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep it under wraps.
Yeah. And I always say to my clients, just stay under the radar. You don't have to show them everything.
I like it when you post a quick nude. Always good, that mate.
But that's the way I am. I mean, like, you'll very rarely see me training in shorts and a vest, ever. I'm always covered up. But back then, you didn't do that. It was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's like, look at your phones now. It's like, you do a set and you have a fucking 10 selfies before you do another set. That's why they're in the gym and they look like dog shit.
Yeah, man.
But they still want the results.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, it's 1 hour, man.
Socials, edit, man. Socials
Yeah.
are a massive part
Yeah.
of training now. There's
I get it. I get for like business and
Oh,
and
yeah,
other
it's fine.
things, and people want to put their stuff on. I get that, but what I don't get is them moaning about results, this and that. When you watch them in the gym and they're doing fuck all,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
they're,
if you're
they're,
going to moan,
Yeah.
do it properly, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or don't moan.
it won't take that long. Or take a photo after you've trained.
Yeah.
You don't have to take a photo while you're training. And how do you do that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I
No.
might take a photo after I've trained and finished, but not after. I won't post it all over social media.
Yeah.
I might post my clients, but you won't see me up there. Very rare.
The element of surprise, mate. I love it. Fucking love it. Just
I
turns up on the
just,
day.
I just rock
jacked
up with
the fuck.
with my posing pants in my pocket.
Bring them to the I love it, man. I love
You've
it.
worn them today.
I know, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
missed the trick there, mate.
yeah, that's true.
We could have that had got a fucking load of views. That would. That would have got a shit ton of views. I love it.
Right, so Brett, tell us a bit about COVID. Then, how did that affect you? Because I'm guessing
It
was
affected me
difficult to be able
massively.
to, like, train people.
Yeah, until I met him,
And then what happened?
the man.
We had a great time over COVID.
To be fair, in COVID, I probably earned more money than I've ever earned
What,
before in my
really?
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was touch and go because at first you shit yourself, you were shitting yourself, weren't you? I used to get home and strip off before I got in the house, take my clothes off,
Yeah, man. I want to let my boy out the house.
Yeah, and you're
first
like,
few
oh,
weeks,
what
I
the
was like,
and then after a bit, I thought,
Shit.
what the fuck?
yeah, this is fucking nonsense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I didn't really want.
I'm not saying it didn't exist because obviously it did.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
It wasn't to the extent. And I know people that have
I know,
passed
but
away.
everyone
from
was
it.
Yeah.
the same. Everyone was the same to
Yeah.
begin with. Everyone was like,
But it
you
wasn't-
They were scared of
crossed
it.
the road, wouldn't you? So you didn't
Yeah.
have to walk next to someone.
Yeah.
People wearing fucking fish bowls to the Tesco.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit, do you know what I mean? Like fucking.
Well,
hell.
I think-
Multi-buying pasta.
Oh mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
you could
toilet
get flour.
rolls. Toilet rolls are the worst.
Yeah. But you could go to a garden centre. That was
Yeah.
fine. If you needed plants, that was open.
Well, like, it was
Yeah.
it was tough in COVID because like there was people that, and a lot of my clients wanted to train.
Oh, I know.
So we had a bit of a backdoor entrance.
Mate, we can say how it is now.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Can't erase us anymore. Do you know what I mean? We had a
tried
great
though,
time.
didn't they?
Yeah, a few times.
Well, when they
Yeah.
first announced it, I was like, oh, fuck. And we built a really good gym, man. Like, I mean, it's good now. It's better than it has ever been. But by that time, we'd been going for 3 years.
Yeah.
And we'd fucking picked up some steam, man. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, we were killing it. Like those Run This Town t-shirts, they were brought for a reason because we genuinely did. And we do now, still, to be fair. But there's just a bit more competition now. But, like, we were killing it. And then that happened. And I was like, oh, fuck. we've got to shut,
Worried
man.
that, yeah.
But a lot of people still paid us, which was great.
Yeah, yeah.
They still supported us. We lost half, but half still paid us, so that was great. And I was like, I only met him about a year prior, just probably less than a year. And I was like, I ain't going to fucking tell Brett that he can't train his clients, or tell Steph she can't train her clients, or anybody that was PTing at my gym. I'm not going to. I didn't decide to close my gym. Do you know what I mean? You're in my gym all the time, but I don't think you've seen all the back entrances and all that shit. It's like a fortress, man. Like,
Yeah, it's a maze, isn't it?
yeah, it's an old cinema building, so there's just like little doors and alleyways and fucking windows and hiding places.
And they landed all the
everywhere.
time, didn't they?
Oh, mate. When we first started doing it, because you were there when we first got caught, didn't we? So
Yeah.
we'd come in, we used to use the back door, which is, thinking about now, is dumb as shit. We used to use the back door, people would come in through the back door, no problem. And then you had some clients there, and there was maybe about 15, 16 of us there, all randomers, and then we had this, and it was your client who answered the back door. Hello. And it was like, oh, can we come in? And she was like, yeah. And the police came in, just saw, we got rid of a few down this little alleyway bit in the gym, but they saw us and they were like, fuck, so they left a notice on the door saying you can't have people in. And me and Craig, my business partner, played dumb. And then Craig didn't want to do that anymore, but I was like, we've got this. And then there's a fucking little alleyway next to the gym. So you've got back door, front door, and there's an alleyway which goes into another door, which is like a fire exit, really. So we just use that, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that goes around the back of all the shops, really. So like Pizza Man would come down from number one, he'd come around the back of his shop and he'd get in, and we were all going through there. But mate, it's got to be every day or every other day we got landed on by police.
Yeah.
At one point, do you remember when there was there's got to have been about 8 riot vans on Lower High Street?
Round, yeah.
And not because there was like a riot going on, which is what a riot van should be for. It was just us. They've come together. 2 started walking around the gym. And bearing in mind, there's about 20 of us in there at this point. So like, we had one on watch, and as they walked past the gym, because they didn't know that alleyway was us, we just started filtering people out, 2 by 2s, like it was Noah's Ark, just like 2 by 2, straight out. And then, it was just being Brett left in there, basically, sort of thing. But that was happening all the time, man. You get people knock, and but I just thought, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna let him train. So I'd get up. He'd have clients at fucking 6 a.m. So I'd be like, all right, let him in at 6. I have my sofa first. That would be my bed. So I'd be like, that would make my bed next to my radiator. I'd let him and Claire in at the point, and then all the guys would come in, and then my guys would start coming in at 8 o'clock, all my clients, and we just used to crack on. And basically, that was it for a bit. It was just your clients and my clients. But between us, we had quite a few people. But like you say, there was people that wanted to train and didn't want to be at home. So PT-wise, money-wise, it was fucking brilliant. Because people just wanted to keep training.
Because, like you say, you're stuck at home, and mental health was massive.
And your guys are
athletes. A lot of people weren't working as well, because they've been furloughed or whatever, so people got free time.
And I've had some professional athletes, I'm like, well, can they train? With the professional athletes, they need to train. Can you train?
We were quite clever with that, because I used to ring the council guy, who would he was like, Richie's name was, I think it was. And he would advise me on what we could and couldn't do. So the police would come sometimes, and like I'll go into our little process in a minute, what we used to do. But they used to say to me, you can't be here either. I'd be like, it's my fucking building, I can do what I want. And then I found out, because I got a clothing company in there as well, that was still live, so if people wanted to buy stuff, I had to pack and ship things. So I could be there because it was business reasons. And I used to pose the question, I said, like, I've got a guy called Brett who trains like athletes, boxers, bodybuilders. They still need to prep and train for what they're going to do. And we pretty much got the go-ahead for that as well. So we kind of played on that a little bit, but still, like, we used to let other people in who would come in, like mates and things like that. We'd get police all the time, chase us around and blah. And the one time when I was talking about garden centres.
Yeah.
So you could open a garden centre, right?
No,
so plant garden, fucking nurseries, that was open. So if you wanted to do your fucking plant and fucking whatever you wanted to do, you could all go there and have a great time.
Yeah.
You couldn't come and get healthy, right? By the by. So I took a picture of the front of the gym. I took off the Revival sign and put Revival Garden Centre, and I put now open as a garden centre. I kid you not, right? The amount of people that believed it, they called the police.
Yeah.
So I had police come. There was a sergeant in plain clothes, a woman, and a bloke in a normal police outfit. And they were like, oh, you've changed your sign back to the gym. And I went, what the fuck you on about? You went, you put garden centre? I was like, mate, I did it on like the max version of Paint. Like, it wasn't pro. I just changed it. And they were like, oh. He said, well, we've had reports that you're opened up as a garden centre. So then they came around. It was only me at this point, so they came around, had a little look round and whatever, and went. But that would happen all the time. And then the best one,
We had
we knew, the police knew we were in there.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
They could see us going in and out of that back bit, and they came to the back bit at one point when Pizza Man was standing there and he fucked off, and then I answered and I went, "You got my pizza?" I knew they were there, and they were like, "No." I went, "Well, there was a Pizza Man here just." They went, "Oh, he's walked off." I went, "Oh, you scared the Pizza Man away like that?" I'd like to take the piss, and they'd walk off, and they knew we were in there.
Yeah, they did.
And it got to a point where they wanted to catch us.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Because we were in there, we didn't give a shit. We were training, we were doing it, and nobody got ill, nobody got COVID, nobody got anything. We were all fit as fuck. Nobody got anything. And it got to a point where they were coming, and then this one, there was about 6 of them, weren't there?
There's probably more than that. I think we had a check-in.
Yeah.
We were just having a look at the bodybuilders and some of the girls. And the girls had been there in the bikinis, high heels and stuff.
And I had about 12
And he had 12 clients in. So I had a few people in. All of a sudden, he's come down. They fucking landed. I'm like, who? They're like, the police. I'm like, fuck.
No, we had a process.
So we had a process of going round,
so
didn't
they
we?
would bang the front shutter, and that would be locked.
Yeah.
And I'd come to the front shutter, and I've got a key to the shutter from the inside, of course I have. And I was like, I can't open it from the inside, guys. You've got to come round the back. And they're like, okay. And then I knew then, I got a good 2-3 minutes before they got round to the back of the thing. So as soon as they did that, ran upstairs, I'd be like, guys, hide. We'd all go through the little passageway, alleyway things, fire exits, through the spin room, and then there's a kitchen in there where we have our washing machine for the
It locks from inside, doesn't it?
And it's locked from inside. So I had 15 like guys that were in there. He had loads of girls in bikinis.
The high heels.
Sitting
on our lap. Yeah.
All my lads that were in there were buzzing because they were just like, these girls are like fit as fuck. Do you know what I mean? All in there. And then the police come, and I'm like, everyone all right? Everyone ready? Yeah, I'm gonna turn your phones off, turn all your lights off, don't say anything. So they're all like sardines, and this room is tiny.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Because it's full of shit as well. It's where the old beer kegs used to be when it used to be a bar and a strip club. So they're in there. I could imagine, probably about half an hour, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Yeah, because they'd be coming in there, and they're shining the torch underneath the door. And I'm laughing, I am.
Mate, they were going on the roof.
I'm thinking, if they catch us, it'd be hilarious because these girls coming out.
Oh, it got to the point where if they get caught, this is so worth it. You know what I mean? This is so worth the court battle of going through this shit. And but this time they were like on it, man. Like they went on the fucking roof.
Yeah, they went everywhere, didn't they?
Yeah, on the roof. In all those alley bits that we were all walking down and hiding through. Every room they could find. And they get in this spin room and they shine it. You can see this outline of this door with no handle on it. And they're like, what's in there? And I'm like, oh, it's the old lift shaft. Because it is really, as you keep going back, it's the lift shaft, but it used to be a lift. I said, we don't open it, mate, it's dangerous. So that's boarded off, you can't even get in it. But they're all crammed in there, and they're like putting the light under the thing. And I thought, if someone's fucking phone goes off here, we're fucked. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, if they had dogs, they're screwed. Yeah. I don't think I'd have let them in, you know, if they had dogs. I'd have gone, I'm allergic or something. I go, oh, allergic dogs, mate, sorry. But we got away with it, and we never got caught. But I remember the sergeant that day, he was fucking fuming because he knew, he's got to have been sitting there for days just watching us go in. So he knew they were in there, but he couldn't find
it. It was hard because obviously it was my business.
Yeah.
My business could be just done, and they go, I'll do it online, and it's not the same.
No.
It's not the same. I did some videos
over
in the gym.
I suppose,
no, they haven't.
I
mean, Martin was giving out the equipment left, right, and centre. People would come to
free?
The gym for free, and a lot of people were making money from it.
some stuff I didn't get back.
That's what I was going to say. Some stuff you haven't even got back yet now. But yeah, COVID was it was interesting, but it was good.
Do you remember when we went? It was like late night, and we went to go. I think I either went to train with you, or I was going to let you in.
No, I went to get my massage couch, didn't I?
That's what we said.
Yeah.
But like we went in, he was going to train. And then we opened the shutters. It was quite late when it
was late, yeah, it was dark.
And as I'm putting the shutter down, blaze, this like guy. He was like not a copper, he was like a PCSO and a normal copper. Putting their foot under the thing so we couldn't shut it. And I was like, oh. And as I'm going up, I said to him, I went, just say you're getting your massage table. Like this, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, what are you doing here? And I was like, it's my gym, he's getting his massage table. And he kept digging.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Coming with us like he's picking up his massage table for no reason. And I'm like, coming in and he kept digging at break.
Well, you couldn't have been taking it to massage anyone because that would have been against the
Exactly.
law.
No, apparently you could. You could, yeah.
It just got annoying the second time we closed.
Yeah.
That was the annoying bit.
Yeah.
Because they reopened.
And a lot of clients, some clients were still scared actually to go into back to the gym.
It took people a while,
Yeah, it
didn't
did,
it,
yeah.
to
Just
sort
to
of
come
build up
out.
the courage to go back.
Yeah.
Well, we used to have a load of older population in the gym, a shit ton. And it's only the last 8 months, and bear in mind, COVID was 4 years ago now,
Yeah.
since they've started coming back. So that's how long it's took some people to get back in and trust things again.
Yeah.
But that's what pisses me off, because it's like the amount of bullshit that was coming out and how much it scared these people.
Well, look what's all come out now.
Oh,
about
it's all
it
bullshit,
so
yeah.
You're like, yeah, whatever.
Muscle mailing.
Muscle mailing.
The muscle mailing.
Do
The muscle mailing. Boom.
Yeah.
We need a jingle. We're going to get a jingle
We're
for that, mate. Do you want to ask the first one? Muscle mining. These are specific for Brett, aren't they? So we've had some muscle mining
Yeah, there's a
questions.
couple of general ones, a couple of which I think are specific to Brett. Yes.
But we're going to give them to you. But I think we're going to give them to you anyway.
Really?
We are.
Yeah.
Mate, yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you the first one. What routine do you prefer, or do you have most success with when you're training yourself?
Ooh, I haven't changed my routine for probably 20 years.
What's your split, bro?
My split is chest and biceps,
Yeah.
quads and calves,
Yeah.
shoulders.
Yeah.
I do hamstrings on their own now with calves,
Nice.
and I'll do back and triceps. So
Nice.
it's 5 days. Maybe it won't be 5 days straight. It might be not. Might have 2 days off. I might do 2 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on. When I come to doing the show, people might say it's too much. I do 4 on, 1 off.
Mm-hmm.
Always have done. It's always worked for me, and I've changed a few things around, like splitting my legs up from hamstrings to quads, and I felt that's made my hamstrings better over the period of time. I've only been doing that for the past, I'd probably say about 10 years. People go, yeah, but you got big legs. What they don't realise is I only trained legs for 2 years. I didn't train anything else. When I was going into the gym, I'd go into the gym and do 10 sets of hack squats, heavy as fuck, and go home for 2 years.
Wow.
That's all I'd do.
And
I had good legs from.
Don't do 10
Definitely
seconds.
coming.
So like I had decent legs from football,
Yeah.
but my legs just exploded, and I was training them twice a week. I mean, how many people go 3-4 times a week now with legs, and you just can't possibly do it if you train hard.
Yeah.
You can't walk.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, get them splitting them up and stuff, but if you're training intensely as intense as you should, going to failure, there's no way you can do that for a long period of time. You just can't. You can't sprint for over like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You just can't, because your body's at maximum.
Yeah.
And I've always trained that way. I've always trained to failure. And there's no like big secrets about, you get all these things about rep ranges, giant sets, this and that. I've doing this all my life. I'll do a set of 25. I'll do a set of 8. I'll do a set of 100. I've been on the leg extension fucking crying because I had to do 100 reps.
Yeah.
And you do that in your routine anyway. So for me, there's nothing new about it.
People just bring out random shit, don't they, just to talk online about it now, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, you should only do 7 reps. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's how I've always trained. And being around the people that I've been around, Daz, John Hodgson, Ernie Taylor, all them coming up, Paula Birkinshaw, all pros, top pros, you're like, well, that's how I train. I can train that way on my own. A lot of people can't. I can go to failure on my own. I've been in the gym. I have passed out on the hack squat, but I've got back up and fucking finished my set.
I'm fucked Wednesday, I am, man.
Making film it.
But like
That's
again,
it.
it's
So
like
funny.
it's training for different purposes, isn't it? It's like people go, I'm a strength and conditioning coach. No, you're not. You put a circuit together.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Do you actually look at the way they move and how they do, and do you structure your circuit for that? No, you just do a circuit and fucking kill them,
I'm a functional
annihilate them.
Yeah.
But that's not the issue here. You're doing it for a purpose.
Yeah.
So anybody can set a circuit up. I could fucking kill you. But it's not right. It's not functional.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a purpose to everything you do. And I think over the period of time of training for that long, I think you learn about different types of training, different types of sports, how they move, what they do. I watch boxing all the time. I see how they move, see how my clients move in a fight. And I go, you you move this way, and we'll adapt it to their training. Or I'll see them in the gym, and I'm always watching them. And if I'm straight over to them, what are you fucking about?
I've seen you, yeah, man. Yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I've seen you.
Just fucking train.
Yeah, that's right.
Talk after.
Yeah.
You want all these gains, and you want to look this way. Stop fucking about.
Yeah.
Just go and do it. You like that? I'll do a set.
Mate,
I'll do another set. Half of them are on fucking YouTube. I'm like, what? You know, what the fuck?
Mine's Pornhub. I can't get off it, mate. I'm not taking my phone in that session. I'm going downstairs.
I am.
Yeah.
Dead, mate.
Supplements, Brett.
Ooh.
Pre, post-workout, creatine, what's worth it?
Creatine's good because it's obviously been tried and tested. Very good. I don't really use pre and post workouts. It's the same as a lot of protein powders. I have used, but I prefer to eat my food. There's obviously certain vitamins I do take, cod liver oil, vitamin D stuff, and I will take some arginine, and I will take some BCAAs if I need to. I don't really have a regime where I'll have a drink before I train. I might have some DY Nox pump, but the pre-workouts don't agree with me. So I feel like shit. You get a little bit of the buzz, and I probably get palpitations. So I'm like, there's no point. I'd rather just have a BCAA shot, some arginine, some niacin, and some creatine and glutamine. That would be it for me. And that's
what is it? The citrulline and arginine blend? Is that what we're having?
I think so, yeah.
I love that shit.
Is it?
Oh, mate. Yeah. The veins. On your arms.
So yeah, creatine is very good. It's been tried and tested, hasn't it? Glutamine's
like
very
we
good.
said before, and you should supplement your life. So
yeah,
I said whole foods all day, eat normal food, but like if you at the end of your day and you haven't got enough protein, you can't be asked to. I said, didn't I use Brett as an example? I said, I ain't taking a chicken breast in my pocket. I said, but Brett will have it in his Tupperware, like he'll smash it, but like I won't do that. So if I want to have something quick, I'll just go down a shake, but ideally I want to eat normal food.
Ideally you want to eat your food.
100%.
Not drink it.
No.
I'd rather eat than drink,
Yeah.
but I understand there's time, there's work,
Yes.
there's this and that. And if you can't get it in, obviously you get to drink it.
It's like a pre-workout, and everyone lives off pre-workout. I'm like, just have a pre-workout if you're tired. Like, if you come to the gym and you don't feel like you want to train, go and have a pre-workout. Don't do it every fucking
Sometimes
day.
I'll just have a black coffee and a piece of Toblerone.
It's the best way to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a bit of sugar spike and a bit of caffeine.
But it works for me. I know exactly what works for me. I know exactly when I diet. I know exactly what. I'll be bland as fuck.
The problem is as well is that
People want to spice it up, do this and that, which is great. It's fine for taste. But for me, I'm very, very basic, old school. I can eat, if I have to, I will eat egg whites and potato every single meal.
Yeah, man.
Not a problem. The one, when I was doing the Grand Prix, I think I was doing 80 eggs a day for the last 10 days and 100 grams of potato, which will give me 100 grams of carbs over a period of 5 meals. But that's what I was doing. I had 75 to 80 eggs a day, every single meal. That's all I ate. No fat.
I love an egg.
People have a lot of fat.
Shit.
I've done
That's
high
a lot of
fats.
eggs, yeah.
I look like shit. I feel like shit. I have to have carbs.
Yeah.
And everybody's totally different. So coaching wise, and you've got to have that client. You've got to know them inside out. It's no good being with them for 6 months because they're not, as a coach, you're not going to know them. We need to try things. We need to do this. We need to do an off season. It's all relative, but they're too quick because they haven't done well or they haven't won a show. They go somewhere else instead of sticking with what they know.
Yeah.
Things are a lot of people just abuse their supplements. So you'll get someone who'll go, oh, I don't like that taste, that protein shake anymore. I'm like, yeah, because you're having it every fucking meal of the day.
Yeah.
Or like, that pre-workout's not working for me anymore. What? So 300 milligrams of caffeine isn't working for you anymore because you're having it every fucking day.
True.
Have it when you need it, and then it'll work all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like I drink them like it's going out of fashion. You know, I should like look at the difference between us and he's got his glass of water. That's what we should do. We should be like that. So these things, they don't affect me anymore. But I don't go, I'm not having Monster anymore.
No, well, you do it. You have one because you like it.
It's not the taste, yeah. I don't have that to give me a caffeine boost. Like everybody
People
else.
go, don't you ever eat shit? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when do you eat shit? Well, when I want it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
If I'm obviously specifically dieting, then obviously I won't. If I want to go and have a fucking pizza, I'm going to have one. I'll have an ice cream, but I won't have an ice cream. I'll have the whole bowl. I can't just go, I'll have a few spoons of that and that'll be the whole tub. And that's what I do, like pizza and ice cream. Love it.
Together. Mixed
Love
together.
it.
Look at that.
Has your ice cream maker turned up?
It has,
Has
yeah.
it? You
Right,
got an ice
easy,
cream
yeah.
maker?
I bought one of those Ninja
No
ice
way.
cream makers, yeah. So I want to do
I'm
like
waiting for you to try it so that I can
You know,
decide
you know
whether
the
to
problem
get
is,
one.
I was going to do it right, but you still have to freeze everything 24
Ah,
hours
right,
and
okay.
then make it. I thought just because I'm an
You
idiot,
put
that
it
you
in
could
and
put
it's
everything in
in.
the machine, it would do it for you. But no, you have to freeze what you make and then put it in your thing with all the other ingredients. So you make like a frozen base, basically.
Yeah.
And then you put it in with your toppings and whatever else, and then it will blend it together. So if I want to do a protein ice cream, I'll do
It's
the
like,
base.
it's like all these recipes that are on. People want, for me, they want an easy option. And I know, like, some people can't eat bland. Oh, they go, I like my food. I fucking like food. I like steak, I like fish, I like chicken. But I do what I need to do to get the job done.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's knowing the difference, any 100%. Yeah. You had a car accident, didn't you?
I had a car accident on my shoulder. I think my worst one was probably where I was the most scared. Is probably my neck.
Oh, last year?
Yeah, because
Oh, wow.
I really thought, I honestly thought I was going to die on the fucking operating table.
Wow. It was like close to where they couldn't touch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was close. And I spoke to a friend of mine, Steve, who's had it done. And he said it was the best thing he's ever done. But when you go through your consultation, they tell you everything. You're like, fuck that, I'm having it done. But I had to have it done. All my ops, I've had to have them done. But I took my back done twice, shoulder done 3 times. So I've had them done. Luckily, I had private healthcare. Else I'd have been fucked.
Yeah.
I
I'll tell everybody
went
to
through a
get that,
bad stage when I had my back. I was like drinking a bottle of morphine a day. I was in a bad
Oh my
place.
God.
Bad place. But it's one of them, innit? Get through it.
Quick 5 questions.
Shit.
Ready, mate?
Yeah.
Start off easy. Favourite colour?
Blue.
Nice, blue.
Is that football related?
Maybe because I support Birmingham City.
Oh, how
For
you
my
feel-
sins.
How you feeling at the minute, mate?
Ah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about
Forget it. I
They
don't
got
talk about it.
relegated.
Yeah, but
Okay.
are the Americans there?
Yeah, but they've all ripped him though. They got relegated. Tom Brady,
Yeah.
he's like a god to me. 'Cause he's played for
He is
Tampa.
God.
But
Ledge.
They got relegated. And then Tom Brady was celebrated in Miami as Birmingham got on the same day Birmingham got relegated. But does he owns a part of it now?
I
doesn't he?
think he does. He gets
So
some
all
to
the
it.
fans fucking he's like, we're in Miami. And they got relegated last weekend. But, you know,
But
there we
none of
go.
them.
Favourite place you've been to holiday-wise?
Oh, fuck. That's tough, man. But I love Vegas.
Yeah, baby.
I love it. I've been a few times on my own. It's been fucking brilliant.
I bet it was, mate.
Love it.
Favourite place you want to go to that you've not been to yet?
Far East.
Nice. Anywhere in particular?
I'd like to go to Thailand. The in the sticks wise. Forget not that. Well, no, not because of
I
that.
think we know. We know exactly what Brett's doing. We know exactly what he's doing. Brilliant. I love it.
Or Australia.
Yeah, man.
I've got a few friends over there all the time to go over, and I've never ventured because of. I loved Hong Kong though. In all fairness,
I'm planning an Asia trip. At some
lovely.
point.
It was
Hong Kong's on the
brilliant.
list.
We had a sick time.
Oh, Hong Kong's good.
Brilliant.
Oh wow, there we go.
I've been Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's good. It's lovely.
I'm gonna do Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Japan. Tokyo.
Yeah,
I want to hit all
Japan.
3.
Yeah.
But only because Disney World's there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Your favourite exercise? You have to pick one. Squat. I knew you were going to say squats. I think we've got your favourite thing to eat, which is filth, which is pizza and ice cream.
Yes.
What's your favourite clean food to eat?
Steak.
Ah, sick. There we go. I know the answer to this. What's your coffee order?
Coffee
Yeah.
per month or per day.
What's your coffee
If you were
order?
going
What's
into
your
a coffee
favourite thing
shop,
to
what
order
would
from a
you
coffee
order?
shop?
Black Americana.
Black Americana.
Sugar-free syrup.
Bosha. There we go.
Fabulous.
We're done. Good.
Brett, thank you very
No
much for
problem.
joining
Thanks
us.
for having me.
You are the man, mate. Love it. Long may our friendship continue.
Yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
we've got a few more years left in us.
Cool, thank you. Don't forget to send us your questions for the muscle mailing,
Subscribe.
which you can do at Revive App, and all questions are treated anonymously. And yet, like and subscribe, tell all your friends.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you very
Top
much.
man.
You the
Thank
man.
you very much.